A new shrine to the United States' first martyr is being dedicated on Friday. Father Stanley Rother was killed in a small town in Guatemala for defending the rights of his parishioners against the political group at that time. The Rother Shrine in Oklahoma City includes a church, pilgrim center, museum, and gift shop. Father Rother was beatified in 2017, the first U.S.-born priest to achieve the final step before sainthood. And for more now on Blessed Father Stanley Rother, we're joined by a friend of his, Monsignor John Vesey, Parochial Vicar for Presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the Diocese of Brooklyn. Hi, Monsignor.
How you doing?
It's so nice to have you here. So my first question is, what can you tell us about his sainthood cause?
Blessed Stanley Rother we considered him to be the father of the Sutil people spiritually in Guatemala. And killed because of his work with widows and with orphans. During the Civil War in Guatemala, anybody that worked with people that were considered on the margins was considered to be dangerous. The fear that existed was just absolutely, it paralyzed people. But he was really special. I mean, he was a farmer from birth. He worked with his hands. I mean, he was a thin person. He weighed maybe about 170 pounds, but his hands were that of a farmer.
Strong.
Extremely strong. In fact, when the three men came to kidnap him, to drag him out of the rectory, they couldn't because he was so strong. So they killed him right there.
He fought back.
Right. He made a promise that they would never take him out because he didn't want his people to suffer.
Wow. So thinking about that, and after he was killed, trying to protect his people, what inspired you to go there and take over for him?
You know, having been in the seminary with him, I was the youngest and he was a deacon. And it was always interesting to see him. He worked every day with Father Thomas Smith, who was our spiritual director at the time, priest from the Archdiocese of Newark. And every day he'd be out there, you know, we'd be out playing ball and he'd be out there with his axe, you know, cleaning and working. And that's what he did. And I came back from Paraguay on the plane back when Bishop Msgr called me back to work in the diocese. I read in Time magazine on the plane that he had been killed. And so I was going to Lima, Peru for a meeting, and I went to the Church of Santo Domingo where St. Rose of Lima, St. Martin de Porres, and San Juan Macias, their bodies are right there on the altar. And I just prayed that, you know, if God wanted me, let me go to Guatemala. So it was really in prayer.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about what you have here, what you brought with you.
Well, I have a stole Father Stanley Rother. It was in his room.
It's beautiful.
It's he started a cooperative, you know, to help the women maintain their families. And so one of the ways that they did it, started the cooperative with the people in the parish. It's really quite beautiful.
Beautiful. Look at the detail.
It is.
Well, what a life, and thank you so much, Monsignor John Vesey, for coming here and telling us about him and your experiences as well.
Thank you. God bless.
You can watch the dedication of the shrine live at noon tomorrow, Friday, February 17th, at the Archdiocese of Oklahoma City's website, archokc.org/live. And while the American-born Blessed may have his own shrine here in the United States, his heart is still with the people he served in Guatemala. Father Rother's parishioners enshrined his physical heart after his martyrdom, wishing to keep a part of their priest with them. Father Rother served the Zutuhil people, who are descendants of the Mayans, for more than a decade. Arriving in the middle of a civil war, the American-born priest, along with others, focused on educating, catechizing, and helping the local people.
He saw that there was this not only a spiritual need, but then for the spiritual needs to flourish, he also had to do a lot of hands-on actions where it's like building a hospital, a school, a radio station that broadcasted catechesis.
Blessed Father Rother is well known all over the town he served. On top of enshrining his heart, the room he was killed in has been converted into a chapel in his honor.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.